Not above the law means not above the fair doing females and males. That's what not above the law means. I'm just saying because there's a lot of people in the communities that's not doing to say the words fairly, correctly. There's a lot of people doing to say the words unfairly, carelessly, to be mean, to say the words as if there are no rules in regards to saying, although they know there really are rules, they're saying as if there is no rules. Some of them are saying freedom of speech, but those words are made up. It's freedom of speech and fairness is legal. To say carelessly, to say harassingly, to say to abuse is illegal. It's not free to say like that. There's rules and there's disciplines. There's mental institutions and hospitals that people are put in some jails in regards to what they do, depending on the height of what they do in regards to the words. Lying, wronging, and cheating, telling people lies to take money and sex, whatever it is that they want unfairly or abusively, they're using the words unfairly and carelessly. There are rules, and they know there's rules to how to say the words. I'm just saying, I'm trying to make this point because I hear a lot of young people getting out of school. Seems like they're getting out of school. They're on the buses, at the bus stop, train station, in the train, on the train, and they're saying the words carelessly. They're saying the words as if they want to be down. I mean, they want to be cool. They're saying the words like, I can say what I want to. I seen that kind when I was young, when I was a teenager. I never say harsh curse words when I was young. I started saying harsh curse words somewhere around in my 30s and 40s was the first time I started saying the N words when people were wrongfully taking my housing, my job, people were constantly mistreating me in the communities. That's when I started saying harsh curse. I said no harsh curse words. I'm not them. And some of the young people probably do have a fair reason to say the curse words at certain times, but they should say it at that time or those times that it's happening. I know that the person is unfairly speaking curse words with their conversations in regards to their conversations with their so-called friends or persons that they're just communicating and talking to. They're saying the words carelessly. It's wrong. It's really wrong, and they know it. And a lot of them are going to become sick in regards to it. And a lot of them are going to become upset. And some of them, when they get older, they're going to be upset with other youngsters or their children when they do it because they're going to know that they did it for no good reason. And they're going to know that their child or other person's child is doing it for no good reason. It's going to become too much when they become older. If they mature properly, to learn to stop doing it. Stop using the words carelessly. I can say stop. I can't make them. I don't even know a lot of them. Some of them I haven't. I will never meet. But I do see some of them and hear them talking on the buses and trains, bus stops and stuff. And it's really not right. And it's not only young people. It's not only young people that's saying the words wrong and using the words wrong. There's some older people doing it too. I'm just saying that people shouldn't be outside in public spaces talking about made up religion. It's made up, it's a taught. They're being harassers about made up religion. They're supposed to be careful. They're supposed to say it in their own space, in their own privacy with certain people, because there's people that has been abused by made up religion. I'm one of those persons. I'm one of the I can say I'm one of the people because it's happened to more than one. More than one, they start saying people. I'm one of the people that have been wrong, cheated, and abused by the made up religions. And I don't practice what they practice. I don't practice that. I didn't request trials and tribulations, and some people put me through it. And it's unfair for me to have to be out homeless. I'm not homeless anymore, but I used to carry a heavy load, and some people were calling me Jesus. And it's wrong because they can see clearly I was a female. I don't have a penis. And I don't practice that type of business. It's a part of abuse. With housing being wrongfully taken from me and my job wrongfully taken from me more than once, more than twice, and then being outside homeless, weather below zero sometimes, rainy snowstorms and stuff. There's a lot of the people that's practicing the unfair abuse they cannot handle and would not be able to handle what I did when I was homeless. I'm just saying the words correctly. I'm being fair and natural. A fair and natural person says the words as really is how people really behave. It's a real beautiful and helpful sign language if the person say it right. If person don't say the words right, they say I'm wrong and carelessly, it can be a curse. It could be a curse on themselves and or other person that they're dealing with if they're lying to the person for love, sex, or whatever. Because there's a lot of people that pretend and act to care for a person. After they get sex and or money, then they'll stop dealing with the person or start mistreating the person, saying the words jacked up. That's how they practice. They practice jacked up. They're called sinners. It's males and females. I'm just saying, people should be careful how they're speaking to people outside in public spaces, in public places, including with the word, how are you doing? They shouldn't be asking a person that really don't know them how they're doing. Some people don't speak the language. They don't know what they're talking about. Some people don't want to talk about what's going on because what's going on is not nice. They don't want to talk about it. And they see clearly how a person or how the person is doing. If they wanted to, if they really was sincere or wanted to do something for a person, they can ask the person or they can just do it beautifully if they saw that it was, the person was, uh, 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 approachable, that they can go up to them and give them something or do something nice for them. But most likely it would be nice to say, can I do this for you? Can I get that for you? Can I do something for you? If the person looked like they needed something. But other than that, there's really no reason that people should be out asking people that they don't know. It's okay to do it to people that they know, but to be outside doing it to people that they don't know, it's really not right. It's political talk. It's unfair talk because some people are saying they are one another and they know there's a lot of unfair going on. And they know people are not saying the words right. They're saying the words wrong. They're saying they're doing good. They say they're doing right and they're out causing problems. I'm just saying, there's a lot of people know what I mean when I say what I'm saying. They see what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the for real. People supposed to be careful about how they're doing their advertisements, about housing and other advertisements. They're not supposed to be on TV or on the YouTube and other sites, media sites, saying we, you, yours, in regards to housing and other business that they know that a person can't afford, or that they know that the person may not be interested in it. Although each person do require housing or some type of shelter, they don't need or require the kind that the person is advertising. It's best for them to just say, this is the stove. Yes, let me show you the bathroom here. I mean, there's many different ways to say it without saying we and you and yours. It's really unfair political talk because some people don't want a big house. Some people want a small house. Some people want a medium-sized house. That would be me. I think medium-sized houses are nice. A house that's too big, It's too much money and it's too much to take care of. I sure don't want a mansion because it's got so much beautiful in it that I couldn't even touch. All I could do was just look at it, and I probably get tired of looking at it after a while. And I don't want to be hiring people to be in my house. It's called maids to be cleaning. It's okay to have a person clean every now and then for you, a person, for me, for whoever that want it. I mean, I probably would do that every now and then, but I wouldn't want a maid in my house a lot. I love to clean and cook a lot myself when I want to. If I don't want to, I'll buy the food if I can afford it. But I'm just saying that people are doing advertisements about housing and other advertisements that people don't need. They don't need that kind. They need it, but not that. They don't need that. They need it in another way. They don't need that kind, so they shouldn't be saying you or your in certain situations because they're really talking like they're the person and they're talking like the person is them. It's unfair political talk. It's really only fair for a person to say in advertisements or not advertisements. It's really fair for a person to say, we or you or us, we require air to breathe. We require respect, the correct love. We require air to breathe. We require some peace and quiet. No talking is required. It's made up. No talking is required all the time. It's fair talking is okay. It's fine. But too much talking is a problem. It's not natural. Peace is natural. Privacy is natural for a person to have a place of their own to go to fix up, to enjoy, to have company if they want to or if they don't want company. So there's only certain ways that a person should say we or you or us. They shouldn't be advertising in certain ways saying we and you. There's nothing really wrong with saying here's the stove instead of saying here's your stove and here's your this. It's not really fair because there's some people that don't want that type of housing. They don't want that kind. So be fair and careful. I'm just saying the words. I can't make them, but they do have jails and mental institutions based on a person because if a person keeps saying the words unfairly, they do seem to get worse and worse, and then they have to put them in the hospital for some kind of reason. I'm not the one that's gonna do it. I'm just saying what happens, what some people will do. Some people will put a person in the hospital, what they call a mental institution, or jail, based on how they saying the words carelessly, wronging and cheating and abusing other people by the way they're saying the words, because they've been trained or they come up with it on their own that they can say the words any old kind of way that they want to. And it's not right and it's not really true. They're supposed to be careful how they say the words and how they present the words to other people. That's a real fair, natural doing person would be careful about how they say the words to other people. If they make a mistake, because a person can make a mistake and they know if a person has made a mistake or not made a mistake. If they make a mistake, they correct themselves and stop doing it. Instead of arguing about it, making a big stink out of something that they know that they're doing is unfair. Because there's some people that's unfair, they're word harassers and they're word abusers, and they do to hurt people with the words. And they'll look them serious in the face and say they ain't doing it. But time will tell that that's what they are about. You know what I mean? Someone told me that. I think it's beautiful. Someone told me I should make a blog. A family member, my nephew, told me. One of my nephews, he's so beautiful. He's got several beautifuls about himself. He's beautiful in several different ways. He's actually my first nephew. I'm 4 months older than him. I talk sometimes and he says, and I say, you know what I mean a lot? And he says, you should do a blog. You should do some type of blog, something and say, you know what I mean? Because you say that a lot when you're talking to me, and I say it a lot when I'm talking to a lot of people in certain situations.